Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome and thank you so much for joining me. This is weekend updates. So in these videos, I just tell you sort of behind the scenes in my craft room, things that you don't see in this rectangle all the time. I think I mentioned that my friend Katie gave me a new sewing machine, new to me. It is fabulous. I love it. It's probably the nicest sewing machine I've ever used. I have an old Singer that I bought used that my mom stole years ago, but she did pay for it. And then I've used the Pixie, but it's fabulous. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my Pixie sewing machine. If any of my friends that are, I don't know, maybe you're within an hour or two, or we might cross paths at some point. If you're interested, let me know and I'll set it aside for you. The foot is sloppy, so I wouldn't want anyone who wants to do something really nice with it. But for paper crafting, I think it's just fine. It's just not worth shipping to anybody, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But if nobody wants it, I'll probably just donate it, maybe. Donating things is tricky these days, isn't it? I'm sort of doing like a free garage sale out in front of my house right now, just because we're getting full, and Mr. Crafting and Relaxing with his new Bob the Builder plans wanted to build shelves for everything. And I was like, half of that stuff is donate or recycle. So we're working on that. I'm still missing my wooden ruler. And some of you wondered if he used it for something, but no, I'm sure it's in a stack of paper or a project or something that I've put in an iris case somewhere. I don't know where it is. One thing I wanted to update you guys, the cabinet that my mom gave me has not moved. It is in the exact same spot. It is in my craft room and I'm thinking about it. But since Mr. Crafting and Relaxing is super excited to build things, I talked to him about my vision for my craft room, which we'd never really talked about because our older dog, Pooh, she could not handle change. And also she needed a couch. She needed a place to get up away from Wilson. You know, he's just too rowdy sometimes. And he's not really that interested in jumping up on furniture. So it was sort of like her haven. And so now I talked to him about what I'd really like for my craft room if I'm not sharing it with two very different dogs. Well, anxiety, they were exactly the same in many ways, but energy level, size, all of that. So he's on board. I think we're going to put a couch on Craigslist and move some stuff around. And I said, if he wanted to be Bob the Builder, one of my cabinets probably needs a backing. And then I need to figure out the layout and all sorts of things. So I think I've redirected his efforts now. So he's on a project that I like. Keep that in mind, those of you who have a significant other. And I learn a lot from my friend across the pond about staying busy when the significant other has projects that you need help with. You just go in your craft room and you're very, very busy. And I'm learning that because I don't want to clean up after his projects all the time. I am laying out some stuff that my friend Toni gave me. We saw each other, and so we just exchanged it was funny, we each had an envelope for each other, and mine were very similar. Mine were die cuts and random ephemera pieces that I thought she would like, and it looks like she must have purchased one of those Tim Holtz packs, and I think this is fun. I wouldn't like to necessarily have a whole pack, but oh my gosh, look at this girl and the dog. Look at that. Oh, that is precious. And then I like these butterflies. I've seen these before. I don't know if I gave her some or if I used some at her house. And this big blue flower. And then it looks like she got the postcards for the Graphic 45. I think this is probably Bloom, that collection that I'm hoarding, but I don't have the postcards, so I'll add this in. Really fun stuff. This girl got away. And then stickers for your water bottle. Hydrate or die. All blue, right? Your friends know what you like. So anyway, working on my craft room. I have ideas there. Do you remember a while ago I said I was going to flip the stamps backwards on the shelf to see which ones I use and which ones I don't use? I can't remember how long ago that was. It was probably a couple of months. The ones that you would consider to be backwards on the shelf are the ones I've actually used, and the other ones I haven't. And I am shocked because I've even done some Happy Mail where I made an effort to grab a stamp and use it because I didn't want to get rid of it. But I can't believe how many I haven't used. I'm still not to the point. I know Eileen mentioned she was going to try this too. I don't know at what point we say, okay, it's time to throw them out. Or maybe we just accept the fact that we like them all and we're going to keep them all anyway. I'm not sure. So these are super cute things from Toni. I actually haven't been feeling well the last couple days. So I had my July daily is just going to be a bummer. I had big plans to go to Katie's house and craft. It was like, you know, our first big adventure. I canceled and slept all day. I had plans to visit my mom and another friend. Same thing. So I'm taking it easy, but I've been doing some slow pace stuff. So I have my July daily ephemera and that sort of thing. And I've been fussy cutting. I've been fussy cutting some things for No Paper Left Behind. And fussy cutting is just a really good way to sit around with a pair of scissors and paper. You know, kind of makes a mess, but that's okay. And I got these stamps out because I want to use them in my July daily. Noni had these. I think she got them in a lot or at a garage sale or something. And she didn't love them. I think she was going to ditch them. And I was like, oh no, those are going to live at my house. So you'll see how I use those in my July daily. I wish I had numbers of them too. I bet numbers exist. Mostly I'm just trying to work on my projects, but also take it easy and rest. If you guys are tired, you know, think about, should you be taking it easy? We can still craft, but I'm not up on my feet as much running around my craft room making giant messes. I don't think I'm dying, by the way. I just think I have a terrible, terrible allergies. Oh, one more thing. These scissors, remember that I always say, just because I have it, don't buy it. So if you see it in my videos and you think you might want it, ask me about it first. These scissors, look at that. It's ridiculous. I mean, I've never had a pair of scissors that I have to tighten it up. And Noni was watching somebody's video and they said Loctite. So I asked Mr. Crafting and Relaxing, and I think Noni asked at her house if we have Loctite and if we can find it, which at my house is always the trick. We'll try that on these scissors. They're nice when they stay together, but because they're always loose, you don't get a good cut off of them. Then I wanted to mention, looks like I got glue all over these. These scissors, I talked about how I wanted to find the bigger ones. Again, I don't think these are the perfect scissors. I don't like the serrated edge. I definitely do not find them to be non-stick. I think they are gooey and I have to get out the alcohol and clean them. But these were making me crazy, so I thought a nice big long pair of these would fill that gap. The other thing is these will cut anything. Like if you need to trim stamps or you're junk journaling and you want to cut some weird stuff, these bad boys cut things like butter. So maybe I bought them for fussy cutting, right? Short blade, big for my hands, and I don't like them for that, but they get the job done. I haven't found the all-around perfect pair of scissors. And I know somebody mentioned in a video that she doesn't like a certain pair of scissors because you have to take the cover off. Take your covers off and put them in like your travel crop bag or whatever. I do not keep covers on my scissors in my craft room. Life is too short for that. So I think that's it. I hope you're taking time for crafting and relaxing. And if you're here in the US, I hope that you had a wonderful and safe 4th of July weekend and got to celebrate a little. There's a parade in the town that I grew up in, and this is the first year that I ever remember there not being a 4th of July parade. I'm sure people are just perplexed, like, what do you do on the 4th of July? We're all adapting, right? We're rolling with this and figuring out life. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.